Hello there, I'm Scotty. You're not. The corn, it keeps on coming, doesn't it? It does. It won't go away. Uh, Before I get into my review of this one, those of you who didn't look at the description of my last video for the fifth movie, which, of course, why would you? I never put anything in there, but I did this time. If you're wondering why it started so abruptly, well, you see, something happened where I was preparing. So sometimes when I set up the camera, it'll start recording automatically, and it did that, and I didn't realize that it did that. So there's like a 25-second video of me getting ready to do the opening bit, and you can see me, you can hear whatever I was watching on the TV as I'm getting ready to come into view and do the bit, and I'm like, okay, and I press the button. When I press the button though, it stopped recording, and then somehow started recording again. I don't know. I don't remember having to push it more than once. But, yeah. So, yeah, and it doesn't start recording again until I'm in the middle of saying the name, so it starts with Terror. Yeah. But this is not that. This is one of them. Honestly, this is the one I was looking forward to the most. Children of the Corn 666. Isaac's Return. Why couldn't they call it The Return of Isaac or Isaac's Revenge? I don't know. And the reason I was looking forward to the most, I was trying to figure out how are they going to bring him back. Because remember, he was burned to death by he who walks by the rose, embodied by him, and then died in the original. And this is the one that has the most connection to the original, I feel, with Isaac coming back. And supposedly, the main girl in this is the daughter of Rachel. Rachel being the crazy chick, the crazy preacher chick in the first one, who attacked Peter in the car, got knocked out, and then they just walked off. Her. Apparently that's supposed to be her. I don't know. Apparently that's her. But we start with our main character, Hannah, who is driving on her way to Gatlin for some reason. On the way there, she picks up a hitchhiker, a preacher, which you shouldn't pick up any hitchhiker, but a preacher is going to sit there preaching you the whole time. He starts preaching to her, and then out of fucking nowhere, he just disappears, and she ends up driving into a freaking cornfield, where she is found by a police officer, which is an actress I've seen before, but I don't know where. And she's like, I think I need to see a doctor. And she's like, oh yeah, you can see a doctor down around there, down that town. And then, but once she sees her license, she's like, oh, it's her. Something's going on now. And so, oh yeah, it's come to see the doctor, who is Stacy Keach, by the way. And all I kept doing during this movie was pretending that it's Klaus from is it Klaus? Yeah, Klaus. His character from The Hollow. Oh, you got to stop Isaac, you and the young teacher, and the blood growing on the vines on Irving's grave. I just started adding that together. He who walks behind the road, blood within the corn stalks. He doesn't last long. But we find out, rather confusingly, that Isaac is not only still alive, but he's in a coma. They couldn't think of some miraculous way to bring him back. Like, what if her car crash caused her to bleed, and being as she is connected to Gatlin, her blood brings him back? Of course, I would have to make her his daughter, and it's very confusing. It's also very confusing, too. The sheriff is apparently a former member of the Children of the Corn. He's one of Isaac's lieutenants, which technically, there shouldn't be anyone over the age of 19 if they still believed in he lived behind the rose and believed in, dry skin. Isaac's words because they would kill themselves or sacrifice themselves to the Gorn at 19 or 18. It changes between movie. Speaking of things, so they say it's been 19 years that he's been in a coma since the event of the first film. Well, no. This movie came out in 1999. The original film was in 1984, which makes that 15 years. If we're going 19, that means that this movie takes place in 2003. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Math's in my song, so I'm pretty sure they're wrong. But yeah, because she goes to the hospital, she talks to Stacy Keach. This weird guy chases her around, which they try to explain he's the sheriff's son or brother or something. I don't know. But he's cuckoo pants. And he attacks her for a reason, but before I go any further, Jason from Sinister Cinema, I'm watching his review of this, and he posed a question that, I think he should know the answer to, but he says, when the sheriff asks her what happened, she says, "Oh, I just hit a cat." And then he's like, "Why didn't she just tell the truth?" Are you serious, man? Dude, you think she's going to say, "Oh, I picked up this hitchhiker and he was talking to me, preaching me about something, about God, and then disappeared, and I got so freaked out I crashed into the cornfield." Not only would she be taken to a hospital, she'd be put in a nut house. She'd be put in a psych ward for something like that. Right? Although, if she had seen the license, she probably would have just, wouldn't matter. But, I don't know. She's trying to make herself sound normal. We need to find out that Hannah is there to find her mother, which, like I said, is Rachel, who is played here by Nancy Allen of Carrie and RoboCop fame. And Dressed to Kill, but I haven't seen that movie yet, but I know she's in that one. But, yes, I know I haven't seen De Palma's Dressed to Kill. I know. It's a classic. It's on the list. Eventually. Yeah, we find out later that she's her mom. Yeah. And we also find out another confusingly thing. Isaac has a son. How? He's supposed to be a kid, right? John Franklin had some kind of form of dwarfism that made him look pretty younger than he was. But the character of Isaac was a child in 1984. The only thing I can think of is that they milked him during his coma and had the child by insemination. Because it makes no sense that this person who was a child, right? Now, John Franklin was 25 when it happened. Back in the first film, he was 25 when he filmed it. Here he was 40, right? But you think this kid's supposed to be, let's say he was 15. All right, that's around the right. Let's say he's 15. I guess you could knock up someone at that point. And given that this isn't some sort of continuity with the other ones, what was it, 5 or 4? 4, wasn't it? That had they're starting to blend together now. The fourth one that had the girl that was, no, that was the fifth one. That was the fifth one. She was knocked up, right? Because it was the girl's niece or nephew. Yeah, they was knocked up, and she was underage. So they could have done that, I guess. I don't know, but I guess that he was 15 and she was 16. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. But yeah, and it's Matt is the character's name. It's the guy who works at this hotel with his girlfriend who just does nothing in this movie. But yeah, he's supposed to be the heir to Isaac's throne, and it's supposed to be a destiny of him hooking up with Hannah, and they're going because he's the first male born of the cult, and she's the first female, and so they're supposed to fuck, for lack of a better term, and create the baby, right? And that's the prophecy, right? So, yeah. Well, that doesn't exactly happen. She gets in prison along with, it's not Jesse. What's his name? Gabriel, who's this other guy that works at the hospital and has some kind of a connection with her. And so they're stuck in this prison thing, which they can get out of because they end up fucking. And I'm sitting here watching this, and it's a horribly edited sex scene. Cut around everything, because apparently you can't show nudity. I don't know. The actress, whatever. First I'm like, oh, they showing it, and it's the dude. I'm like, oh, never mind. He's very effeminate looking. I don't know. He has a little bit of scraggly hair, but and he's wet, so it's weird. But and then also muddy, so it's hard to see. But it was him. And then they make it out, and then they fuck, but it's very badly edited, right? And then they go on to save, like, she goes to save her mom. And then all of a sudden, right, Matt, or Gabriel, excuse me, Matt's the other guy, starts showing, he kills this Jesse kid by making him fall onto a scythe, which wouldn't work, because the scythe would not be able to stand up, right? You just fall on it. Even so, maybe if your weight's enough, but like, even if it was steady, right? Like, let's say it's this, right? If I fall on this, I'm gonna be like, oh, I don't know. Ow. Maybe. I don't know, but that hurts. I don't know. But yeah, you can see that with Gabriel being able to force this guy to do it just by telling him to do it, there's something going on. He's got some otherworldly powers, and when they reveal what it was, So he shows up, he tells the sheriff to shoot herself, dead. Then he walks in, and he proclaims that not only is he the firstborn male child. Yeah, apparently he was the firstborn male child, and he was forsaken by Isaac for his own child. Man, lest we forget, Isaac was in a goddamn coma. Isaac didn't even know he had a child until he woke up. So it's cold, forsaking him. But not only that, he is the physical embodiment of he who walks behind the rose. That's a little Jeff Foxworthy there. You might be an evil deity. I lost it. You're shitting me, right? You're literally shitting me. I'm in your butthole and you're shitting me out. This is no. What? Seriously? So yeah, he's got all these powers, and he even gets stabbed, but pops back up again just to say the prophecy is fulfilled, and then dies again. And he kills Isaac, by the way. And then Hannah and her mom leave, and we get a very badly edited. By the way, I hope you like the color yellow, because there's like a yellow filter, like someone peed on a negative throughout most of the film. That's what it looks like. And yeah, it ends in sort of a cliffhanger because we're known that she's pregnant. But guess what? This never gets followed up on. Why do they keep doing cliffhangers at the end of these movies when they're never gonna fucking follow them up? It is frustrating. Excuse me. It is so frustrating. Pickles. My lunch. They never follow it up. Never ever. It is so frustrating. Because, I looked up are we doing something with that? No. Oh, they finally decided to follow up the first one. There's connective tissue to the first one, however loose it is. You got Isaac. Apparently Nancy Allen is the same character from the first one, the preaching girl. I don't know. But there's connective tissue. And now it's like, nope, we're just going to make another direct sequel without any continuity. And I'm pretty sure that was an order from the bosses, the Weinstein brothers, who are like, just put out another one. Who cares? Who cares what it's about? And that is pretty much what this has been going through these. As long as there's evil kids and corn and mysticism stuff, it works. However, I did like this one. As weird as it got, I like when movies get weird. It's still middle of the road, but it's a very high middle of the road. I can't say this is pretty good. There's no way. There's no way. But it's a very high middle of the road. You know, these are like, I should say middle of the cornfield, right? I don't know. It went. When he walked in and then proclaimed himself, like, he's the rightful heir. I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. Wait, they fucking did. So she's pregnant, right? Supposedly. But like, and then it's when she says, "He who walks behind the rose, who the fuck is that?" And he goes, "I am," or something like that. And just, I don't know. I knew there was something with him because I knew he couldn't be. And there was some kind of connection there, but it just, like, it comes out of nowhere. It's like he didn't have the powers until after he fucked at her, and then he's got magical "I fucked the chick" powers, and yeah. Or he was hiding them the whole time, but it is like he finished powers, you know. And it's funny. It's kind of funny when he kills the shit. He's like, bang. She's like, I don't know, but yeah, high middle of the road. So, what are your thoughts on Children of the Corn 666 Isaac's Return? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty. That's it for today. I'm done with this for the day. I'll be back tomorrow. All right, because I'm gonna keep cracking with this. I want to finish this franchise. I got one more on the disc, right, and then we're gonna do the three or two. There's Genesis, and there's Runaway. There's the remake, but the remake is gonna wait for something else. There's two remakes, but I can't find 2009 one anywhere. It was a Sci-Fi Channel original, so we're gonna do Genesis and Runaway after the last one on the disc, and that'll be that, right? And then we'll do the remake, the most recent one, later in something else. So essentially, I have 3 movies left, so it's not that much. But this franchise has just been very interesting to go through. So thank you for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's get this back in. Corn!